Alright, what's up people? This is SiTHFuRion and we are back. Westworld Season 2. Man, I have been so excited to watch this for a long time, man. I wasn't able to react to it when it was first being aired. Plus, I think there was like maybe 3-4 weeks where I wasn't even home to film, you know? So I wouldn't have even been able to do reactions even if I was doing them at the time, you know what I mean? But luckily, I've not really been spoiled on anything really big. The few friends that I have on Facebook that do watch it, they're not the type of people to post shit every week, you know, posting spoilers and shit. Thank God. Now, there is 1 or 2 things that I do know about going into this season. A friend of mine kind of said something in passing one night. I'll kind of elaborate a little bit more as I do my kind of like normal recap. And this is just mainly for myself, just for me to kind of jog my own memory of what's going on. So last time, of course, Ford died. But the question is, was it really Ford? You know, was it a host? We know that Ford was building another host or something in his like little secret lab off to the side. So that could have been like a copy of Ford, because like he made a copy of Arnold, and now that's Bernard. So of course he can make a copy, looks wise. So maybe it was a host that died or something, because I really honestly don't think Ford would sacrifice himself for a storyline. You know, I think he has invested too much of his life into his host. He has done everything he can to protect it, so why sacrifice himself? I really honestly don't think Ford is dead. I think it's a part of a bigger, grander plan, because there's no way he would literally sacrifice himself for his storyline. You know, I think it's a part of a bigger plan, a bigger motive. Yeah, Ford's not dead. I'm just gonna, Ford's not dead. But whoever we saw who was killed at the end of last season was killed by Dolores or Wyatt now. I think going into this season, we might see a real personality shift in Dolores as Wyatt comes out. We might even get like what we got at the end of last season, how they were sat opposite each other. We might start having kind of like those types of moments, like how we keep cutting back to like last season, Bernard talking to Dolores, and they were having this conversation, and you weren't too sure later on if it was Arnold that was talking to her, not Bernard. I think we might have stuff like that where it's Wyatt talking to Dolores, and they might be questioning the choices that they make throughout this season, you know, because I think we might get kind of like a dual personality kind of mode kind of going on, where Dolores and Wyatt are constantly debating the choices that they make, and apparently according to Ford it's all about choice now. So yeah, I think we might have something like that. But Dolores or Wyatt, whatever you want to call her now, her and Teddy, I think are going to just be on like a manic killing spree. Like we saw something in like the trailer of was it Dolores like riding on the back of a horse with a gun, you know what I mean? I think they're going to be just going around just killing like the rest of the guests. Yeah, shit's really going to hit the fan. But talking about Teddy though, right? Okay, this is a guy who's been killed so many times, and sadly most of the time it was for fun. Like there was that one episode where Teddy got shot to shit in the madam's like place, and the guy kind of stood over his body and laughed like now that's what I call a vacation, you know? Like people do it for fun. So if Teddy was to wake up, how's he gonna process everything, you know, that he's been killed multiple times for the fun of it? Could he have like a bit of a breakdown? Could it make him go real savage and nasty? Like honestly, I'm kind of at two minds about it. Like a part of me doesn't want him to go nasty and go evil, because Teddy is such a good guy. Teddy is your kind of quote unquote nice guy, you know? So I don't want Teddy to go bad, but at the same time, it would be nice for him to get a bit of revenge, you know? I think Teddy would be like a force to be reckoned with, you know what I mean? I don't know. So William turned out to be the Man in Black. Even now, I still think that was a cool twist and a nice reveal as well. How like he put on the hat and come up, and it was the Man in Black. Like, oh shit! And I'm sure we haven't seen the last of young William as well. I'm pretty sure we will continue this multiple storylines on multiple timelines, and we might see young William kind of carry on. How he becomes more of a partner in the company after like Logan went off riding into the sunset naked. Or we might actually find out what's happened to Logan. You know what I mean? I think that storyline is going to carry on. And possibly whatever happens in that storyline could affect what's happening now after Ford has died. You know, like some weird way. Because like with this show, like you never know what's going to happen timeline-wise. You know what I mean? You never know. Right, so next up, Maeve. Oh my God, Maeve. Maeve finally got to the point where she was on the train, ready to leave, ready to escape, but she went back to save her daughter. Thing is with that though, is there was that scene where she was talking to Bernard, and Bernard said that that the whole escape and everything was scripted. It wasn't like her free will choice. It was like she was programmed to try and escape. You know, so I think, like I said, Ford's whole new kind of narrative is to do with choice. So I think Maeve was kind of like scripted to try and escape. And that moment when she was on the train was her choice to escape or to go back for her daughter. And when she made the choice to go and save her daughter, I think she went off script, and now she's on her own. She's completely woke up but I think if she made the choice to stay on the train probably would have gone out their facility or whatever, and then she would have just shut down. I think she was programmed to try and escape, and once she escaped, she just shut down. I don't think Ford or whoever it was that programmed her on this storyline, I don't think they would have let her just walk the earth and just go missing in the real world. You know what I mean? I think as soon as she made that choice to stay on the train, then it was like end of her storyline. She shut down. You know, took back to the facility to get reprogrammed and put back into the park. You know what I mean? But because she made that free will choice to go and save her daughter, she's now on off on her own thing. But right, honestly, okay. My big hope going into this season is we kind of see more parks, because we saw it at the end of the last season that there was like a Shogun world or something like samurais and shit. And this kind of leads into my spoiler that I was out having a drink with like one or two friends, and a friend of mine just automatically assumed that I was already filming like reactions to the show, and he started talking about it, and I was like, whoa. I haven't started it yet. It was like, oh shit, I'm sorry, man. So all I know is there's other worlds, and we actually go to other worlds, including the samurai world. And apparently there was something to do with the storylines being reused. You know, like Hector, apparently we get to meet Hector's alternative from like another park. And honestly, that's all I know as far as spoilers. Like, I just want to be completely transparent going into this. But like, honestly, like that to me kind of makes sense. Like if you have literally hundreds of hosts, and each host needs to have their own storyline, and that's fine. Westworld, that's fine. But if then you have another park with another 100+ hosts, and then another one with 100+, like, of course you're going to reuse the same storyline or the same characters, but just thrown into a different environment and everything. So that does kind of make sense. But yeah, I could have killed my friend when he said it. I was like, what are you doing? So yeah, I just want to be kind of like real transparent with what I know about spoilers and everything. All I know is we go to another park and we get to meet like other versions of the characters that we've already met before. And that's it. I don't know if these characters interact with each other. All I know is that there's some Japanese samurai version of Hector running around Shogun World. And that's all I know. That's all I know. Alright, I think that's it. I think that's it as far as the recap. Alright, we're going to get into this, man. This is called Journey into Night. If you're interested in watching the full length, like watch all along with me, because I can only like cram in so much into a reaction. But if you're interested in watching the full length and watch along with me, it's episode 1, so this is free, it's available, it's publicly available for anyone. There's a link down below. But if you're interested in watching episode 2 right now, it's up on early access, and the full length is via my Patreon. There's links, everything down below. Right now, I'm gonna like binge watch maybe 2-3 episodes, and I'm gonna get these all edited and everything ready for the 1st of October. So episode 1 will be going public. Episode 2 will be up on Patreon right now. And then episode 3 will be kind of in the barrel, ready to go, you know what I mean? But yeah, episode 1, season 2, let's do this, man.
You frighten me sometimes, Dolores.
Why on earth would you ever be frightened of me?
I'm frightened of what you might become.
Yep.
It's been some time, Bernard. You don't know who you are, do you? There is beauty in what we are.
Whoa.
Is this now?
I might have to go back and check all those flashes out, man. It's all shit that's going to be happening over the episode, or maybe the whole entire season. Yeah, like a fucking machine gun spraying shit. Like, what the fuck? I'm guessing this is after the party, yeah, because of the champagne glass.
Hey, get up! Get your hands where I can see them! Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bernard! You gonna shoot the boss?
So he's okay now. Well, the cards of all the staff.
Men executed by your country given delos and consequent immediate authority over this entire island. Sir, the officer.
Oh shit, yeah, fucking... I forgot Floki was in this. Floki!
Carl Strand, head of operations. Walk with me.
His real voice still throws me, man. It really does. I'm so used to Floki.
However, communications have been down for 2 weeks, so we're largely in the dark. And that's
2 weeks, he said, right? So it's been 2 weeks since the massacre and Ford died. I bet the show will be set in those 2 weeks. Bet ya. We'll keep having flashbacks and... Man.
I told you, friend. Not all of us deserve to make it to the valley beyond.
Wow. What's that about? Oh, have we gone back to the actual night of the shooting now? The massacre.
Ain't like yours.
Wow.
I'm never gonna survive the journey. Give it air.
Trevor. Ooh.
We need to find us a target with more cushion.
They really should make a GTA movie about Trevor, or have him like one of the main characters. Oh man, it would be so cool.
Evening. You folks aiming to saddle up? Ride for the green pastures of the valley beyond? I can help you if you'd like. I'll take you wherever you want.
Didn't Dolores say something about how we're all not worthy to go to the valley beyond? And he just said the valley beyond. thinking about it, right, the leaking, right, when that guy took, I guess, the brain out that one host, it was in water, right? So it could be kind of like a water cooling system if the brain is like a CPU, and if the CPU isn't being cooled properly, then it can malfunction. Maybe that's what's happening with Bernard. I'll be honest, I find something very sexy about that, Otto. Dolores. Just savagely just killing people.
What are you gonna do to us?
Well, I'm of several minds about it. The rancher's daughter looks to see the beauty in you. Possibilities. But Wyatt sees the ugliness, the disarray.
See, are we going to get like a dual personality thing?
These violent delights have violent ends.
Savage.
But those are all just roles you forced me to play. Under all these lives I've lived, something else has been growing. I've evolved into something new.
Okay.
And I have one last role to play. Myself.
So she's not Dolores or Wyatt. I guess the both of them coming together has made something new. Okay.
Please, it was just a game. We're begging. Can't you see? We're sorry.
Doesn't look like anything to me.
Oof. Oof. That's kind of a savage, man. We begging, can't you see? Doesn't look like anything to me. Cold bitch. Is this William?
Hey, Ned. Oh, boy, it's okay. It's all right. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun now.
Yeah. Jesus, Bill. What the fuck is happening here? By the time my lawyers get done...
Oh, shit. Nice. This is kind of what he wanted. He wanted it to be more real. I think deep down he's fucking loving it. The tiniest little smile. It's like about fucking time, man.
The greatest shame in life is to perish without purpose.
Wow.
Which is why I always consume my victims moist.
I think you've fed enough now, darling, don't you?
Wow.
Oh my God! Oh, what the fuck do you think's happened to them? It's like the inmates are running the asylum.
So I'm thinking, like, is the daughter in the Westworld park, or is she in another park, and that's how we end up going somewhere else?
Hey. What'd I tell you? We're saved.
Thank God.
No.
Wait!
Yep. It's a trap. It's a trap.
Hey, you gotta get us out of here.
Yeah, he's just standing still now.
We have to get out of here.
That outpost was the only one for miles.
No, it isn't. Follow me.
He's starting to fucking go a little bit, man.
Let's be scenario. You give up easily, I'll help you, I promise.
It's not good enough. Now be a dear and let me talk. Thank God you're here. We were leaving and the lights went out and I heard screaming. What the hell's going on out there?
Emergency situation, ma'am. The hosts are malfunctioning. They're attacking guests.
Good God.
Might some of them even be dressed as if they're human?
Dude, what the fuck? Why did he...
You were going to out me.
No, I swear.
If you try something like that again, I will relieve you of your most precious organ and feed it to you. Though it won't make much of a meal.
I wrote that line for you.
It's a bit broad if you ask me. Now, let's go. Take me to the nearest bar.
Why?
I need to see about an old friend.
It's Hector, right? Because Hector would go looking for a bar. It's Hector, isn't it?
There you are. And about leaving you to die.
I like them too.
You need to touch the handle. DNA sniffer, just so you don't run into any problems inside.
DNA. So what, hosts or Bernard has DNA? What?
What the hell is that?
A drone host.
Delos has off-network hosts working down here? What does it want with me?
For you to move, probably.
A drone host.
Fucking haystack.
Extraction protocol suspended. They're not sending help.
They were expecting a delivery from us to the mainland. A host that was supposed to arrive yesterday. Until they get it, we can all forget about seeing any rescue planes.
So Delos is willing to let us all die until they can retrieve one host.
In a word? Yes.
Wow. So I guess it took 2 weeks for them to get the host, and then they've come in now, right? The rescue team and everything. Because that Bernard and Charlotte is happening straight after the massacre, right?
Are you lost?
Oh! Young Ford.
In fact, I feel like I just arrived.
How shall we? But now, you're in my game. In this game, you have to make it back out. In this game, you must find the door. Congratulations, William. This game is meant for you.
His voice is mixed with Ford, isn't it?
The game begins where you end. Ends where you began.
Even now, y'all still talking code?
Everything is code here, William. You know that more than anyone.
Wow. I'm not gonna lie, the voice effect was a bit heavy-handed. It was kind of hard to understand what he was saying. I might have to go back and like watch that again.
If there's a whole world out there that we don't know anything about, how do you know how to stop them?
Because I remember. I see it all now so clearly. The past, the present, the future. I know how the story ends.
How?
With us, Teddy. It ends with you and me.
Okay. Can I just say that, like, Teddy better get some this season, because he's never, like, they've never been together, have they? They've always, like, he's got, like, took her back to the farm and then they got attacked, and he's never been lucky. Now that they're kind of off script, going off doing what they want to do, Teddy better get somewhere.
Are you sure you can handle this, Bernard? You're shaking.
Yeah, she must be thinking like, oh god, he's having like a nervous breakdown and like stress and everything, but really like he's fucking CPU, he's fucking up. Oh, okay. So like his water cooling system is leaking, so he needs to top it up just to function properly or something. Okay. So we're jumping back into the future now. Right? Yeah. The Floki stuff is 2 weeks later. Okay.
Poor bastard. He probably thought getting fired was going to be the worst part of his night. Is jogging your memory at all?
So I'm guessing the maggots is a sign of him being human. It was a human body. I still stand by it. I don't think Ford actually killed himself for a storyline. There's got to be more to it. See, only problem with this show now, I think like the show writers are going to try too hard to keep it complicated. You know, because like season 1 had so many good twists and turns, they might try a bit too hard with this season to keep it interested and crazy and stuff, and like it'll just seem like stupid after a while. Seemed like too over the top complicated, if you get what I'm saying. What?
You wandered far from home, haven't you?
Got Bengals in Park 6.
He said Park 6, right?
That's a fucking sea.
What?
There's no way Ford made this without anyone knowing. So where the hell did it come from? Huh?
What?
Can you tell me what happened? I killed them. All of them.
What? Is that Teddy? Okay. Try and break it down. And I don't keep notes. As you can tell, I don't keep notes. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks since Ford died and since the massacre, to Bernard waking up on the beach and Floki's there and and everything. Like I said, I think we're gonna have like this show kind of like constantly have flashbacks. Floki asking Bernard like what's happened over the last 2 weeks, and I think over the course of this season we will constantly keep jumping back and seeing how things play out, see how he ends up washed up on the side of the beach. For a moment then I thought like, well, he must have been in the water, but did he really get washed up on the beach, or is that where he actually just sat and finished off his glass of wine? And you know what I mean? Okay, when he woke up on the beach, that was straight after the massacre, right? Or is it straight after the massacre? Because I just saw the wine glass, I just automatically assumed it was after the massacre, if you get what I'm saying. So, unless he has another glass of wine at some point, you know, towards the end of the timeline. But it's interesting how they were saying about how nobody knew about the ocean, they called it, right? It's too big to be a fucking lake, so it's pretty much the ocean. So how did Ford manage to build the ocean without nobody knowing? And maybe that's when we'll get young William coming back in the flashbacks to kind of tell how this has come to be, how Ford, but then it would show that like a younger Ford. If anything, I feel like I'm just completely filled with questions. Oh man. So the hunt for Dolores' father continues. I don't think we saw him in this episode, did we? It was very quick, like right at the start, on like the recap of like last season. But I don't think we saw him in this season. And of course, the fact that it's Dolores' father, when she finds out why they want him, or the fact that they are trying to track him down, of course she's going to try and protect him because that's Dolores' father, even though it's got nothing to do with Wyatt. But like she said, like she's not either of them anymore. She's kind of becoming something else. I think certain situations will kind of dictate whether it's Dolores or Wyatt that comes out. You know what I mean? Okay, very quick about the tiger. I'm not too sure, but didn't he call it a Bengal tiger? I don't think they're from Africa. But wherever it comes from is Park 6. So we've got Westworld. I already kind of know about the Shogun world because of the end of last season. The samurai world. So whatever this new park is Park 6. Like honestly, like I love Westworld, but to have like a different change of scenery, I think would be really, really good. I'm really excited about going to like another world, another park. Just a change of scenery, like change of environment and everything, I think would be really, really good. And a smart move as well. Very smart move. Like Westworld is great, but to have it switch up a little bit, it definitely needs to happen. Very quick, I kind of want to go back to when the man in black was talking to the young William, because that dialogue was a little bit too hard to understand sometimes. The audio effect.
Question for you is, what next? Have you achieved all you wanted?
Have you achieved all you wanted?
Folly of my kind. It's always a yearning for more.
What I've always appreciated about you. You never rested on your laurels.
You never rested on your morals. It really is kind of hard to pick it up, isn't it?
You've made it to the center of all space.
You made it to the center of what?
Rested on your laurels. You've made it to the center of all space.
Sounds like he's saying you've made it to the center of the almost maze. What?
The game begins where you end. Ends where you began.
All I got is it ends where you began. Fuck's sake, man. I don't know if it's my TV or what, but I can't pick that up clearly. I'm going to do something I never like to do. Is Google search a fucking show. Don't give me fucking spoilers. Okay, I think I found something. I never usually do this, like Google search, because there's fucking spoilers. But, man, that dialogue is so hard to fucking hear. I don't know if it's my TV or what. You must find the door. Congratulations, William. This game is meant for you. The game begins where you end and ends where you began. Where he began. Game begins where you end and ends where you began. So what are we talking about? Dolores? Because like he started pretty much because of fucking Dolores and everything, right? Or could it be linked to Logan? It could be something to do with Dolores, or it could be something to do with William, or it could be something to do with something that we've not even been shown yet, and maybe that's when we'll see young William come back into the show, and we'll have flashbacks. And I've literally spent the last 5 minutes sat here trying to figure out the audio on that. I don't know. Like I said, I think the problem with this season is the show writers are going to try too hard to keep it complicated. Like, man, if you think the storyline was complex and all over the place last season, you ain't seen shit yet. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, man. Okay, still kind of staying on the topic of Ford's body. Like, yes, maggots was inside of the bullet wound. Have we seen maggots in host bodies before? I don't think we have we? But then it said that Bernard had DNA. Like, just... I don't know, man. If that really was Ford that died, human Ford died, I don't know, just... I'm thinking, like, maybe he made a backup of himself in some way. Like, obviously, he's still, like, conscious and still aware because he was just talking to fucking William. Or is that programmed? Like, is that kid programmed to have that conversation with him? But then how much, like, how far into the future did fucking Ford plan ahead and program and write the script for everything now? You see what I'm saying? So if Ford is really dead, then it means that, like, he actually thought ahead so much, like, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, that's going to happen, what's going to lead William to this point where he's going to have a conversation with this host, so I've got to write a script for what's going to happen. It's really hard to kind of predict that far ahead with so many things that, like, you can't control. Unless Ford is, like, in control of everything. So that has to be the only way around it if Ford is really dead. If not, then he's like... I guess you could say, like, a ghost in the machine. He's in the Matrix, if you will. He's controlling shit from the other side. Like, there was talk about how, like, Bernard was saying to Charlotte about how he can track other hosts, like, when they're close to each other. It's so that they don't interfere with each other's storylines. Maybe Ford is jumping from host to host to host. Maybe all Ford is right now is code and he's controlling shit. Like, I don't know. That's how I would do it, though. If you're really going to kill off Ford, real human Robert Ford, then there's got to be some bigger, grander thing to it. Gotta be. I would write it that way. I don't know. I just kind of refuse to believe that Ford is dead. I can't see it happening. I'm going to end this because I'm going to binge watch. I'm going to get in the second one and maybe even the third, but I've got to watch time. Because these are pretty long fucking episodes, aren't they? Like, this one was like over an hour long. Those of you who have stuck around this long, hearing me ramble, I will upload some type of, like, a schedule probably around the end of the week because there's still some new content that I've got coming that I want to be a surprise for when you see the video and not just see, like, a picture with, like, on Wednesday this is going to happen, Thursday this is going to happen. I would rather it was like you see the video surprise, And then end of the week, I'll put up like a proper schedule of what's going to be coming. There is going to be like Love will be uploaded the same day as this video. Ash vs Evil Dead should be up tomorrow, because as I film this right now, I still need to kind of proof watch those few episodes, because like the last 3 are already filmed, edited, done. I just got to proof watch them, make sure they're okay, and then I'll upload them. So Ash will be up tomorrow. A brand new show will be up on Wednesday. A brand new show will be up on Thursday. I've got something special planned for you guys for Friday. And then Saturday will be Penny Dreadful. Penny Dreadful's coming back. And then Sunday, I don't think I'm going to be doing anything Sunday. Sundays are my kind of like recovering day when I'm hungover. Like I just want to spend the day in bed. You know, just, I'm not doing nothing Sundays. But anyway, that's going to be kind of like a quick idea of the schedule. The new shows, you'll find out when they get dropped. But for now, give this video a thumb up if you like it. Comment down below, let me know what you think. And subscribe if you haven't already, man. Alright, I've been SiTHFuRion. I'll catch you in the next one, man.
There ain't no grave can hold my body down. There ain't no grave can hold my body down.